So, today we're going to dive into a really simple but incredibly powerful story about finding a little bit of quiet in our very noisy world. It's called The Parable of the Full Glass. And honestly, its lesson on focus is probably more important now than it has ever been. Let's see what it can teach us. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your mind is just a storm? A chaotic whirlwind of thoughts, worries, maybe some regrets that you just can't seem to turn off? If that sounds familiar, then you are really going to get the young man at the center of our story today. Okay, so let's jump in and meet our main character. His name is Marco, and he's a young man whose inner world was in constant turmoil. His mind was, well, it was exactly like that storm we just talked about. You see, Marco's mind was in this constant tug of war. On one side, he was completely stuck dwelling on the past, just replaying old events over and over, feeling sad about things he couldn't possibly change. And then, on the other side, he was just consumed by anxiety about the future, worrying about every little thing that might go wrong. The result? He was never, ever actually living in the present. And this wasn't just in his head. It had real physical consequences. He was always exhausted, always on edge, he couldn't sleep well, he found it pretty much impossible to feel calm, and he'd even forgotten what it felt like to have a real, genuine smile. This was way more than just thinking too much. It was taking over his entire life. So he hits his breaking point, right? Marco knows something has to change, and this is where his quest for a quiet mind really begins. And then he hears a rumor, a glimmer of hope. He hears about this wise old man who was apparently once a famous psychologist, but now he just lives this simple, peaceful life up in the hills. People said this man had helped countless others find inner peace, and for Marco, this felt like a total lifeline. So after a long, hard journey, he finally finds the man, and he just lays it all out there. It's this simple, direct plea from someone who is just completely worn out by the noise inside his own head. And the wise man, he agrees to help, but not with some long lecture or a complicated theory. Nope. Instead, he gives him a simple and kinda peculiar task, the water glass test. Okay, get this. The wise man takes a glass and fills it with water right up to the absolute brim. I mean, so full that the tiniest little shake would make it spill. Marco's job? Carry this glass all the way through the noisy, chaotic village and then bring it back without losing a single drop. And here's the kicker. The wise man gives him one single, critical instruction. This wasn't a suggestion, it was an absolute command. The stakes might seem small, but in that moment, they felt huge. The focus required was going to have to be total. So to pull this off, he had to put everything into it. He held that glass with such care. His eyes were literally locked on the water. He walked slowly, deliberately, and this is the crucial part. He tuned everything else out. The shoppers, the barking dogs, all the chaos of the village, it just faded away. And believe it or not, he does it. He gets back to the wise man, and the glass is still full, right to the brim. The physical challenge is done, but of course, the test was never really about the water. All right, this is it. This is the big reveal. This is where the wise man uncovers the real secret to peace. So the wise man, he doesn't even say, "Good job." Instead, he starts asking these really specific questions. He wants to know if Marco saw the kids playing or heard the dogs barking. He's probing, trying to figure out where Marco's attention really was. And Marco's answer? It's the whole key to the story. He's kind of surprised, and he says, "No, I didn't see or hear a single thing. My mind was only on the glass." See, during that walk, for the first time in, well, who knows how long, Marco's mind was totally quiet. By focusing all of his energy on just one thing in the present, there was literally no room left for his regrets about the past or his anxieties about the future. His mind was full, yeah, but it was full of focus, not chaos. And that's when the wise man drops the big truth bomb. Peace? It's not some destination you travel to. It's not a secret that somebody else gives you. It's already there, right inside you. Peace is just the natural state of your mind when you anchor it completely in the present moment. Marco didn't need to find peace, he just needed to uncover what was already there. So, what a great story, right? But what does it actually mean for you and me in our crazy busy lives? Let's talk about how to find your own glass of water. It all comes down to this. 1. The simple, incredible power of placing your full, undivided attention on just one thing. That's how you quiet the storm. So, the real question for you is this. What is the one thing in your life, maybe right now, that you can give your complete focus to, just like Marker did with that glass? And look, your glass of water, it doesn't have to be some huge, dramatic thing. It can be super simple. It could be just focusing on the physical feeling of your breath going in and out, or trying to truly listen to all the little sounds around you right now. Maybe it's savoring the taste of your coffee instead of just downing it, or just giving your full, undivided attention to the single task right in front of you. So, at the end of the day, the lesson here isn't about trying to empty your mind, which feels impossible, right? It's about filling it, but filling it completely with the present. It's a simple practice, but it unlocks so much clarity and calm. So, the question is, where are you going to place your focus today? What's going to be your glass of water?